Hi, this is Kayla. I was recently slandered by a YouTuber slash blogger named Chris Shelton along with John Alex Wood and Gemma Harris. Uh, so you did not create a pathway into my thoughts and they were not coaching me. Yeah, whatever that means anyways. But I will say that I did think that you were very slanted in a positive way towards Tony Ortega, and I'm not generally like that. I'll say what I think no matter what, and in fact, unlike you, the church knows that I can be very untrusting, and they've said that they pretty much just said, though, if it's only true if it's true for me, which I generally like. Unlike you, I mean, I've seen your video on suggestions on how Scientology should be run. You don't really appear to be a leader. You can't really level with people, so there's that. But yeah, I'll say it right here, right now. Tony Ortega, unlike you say, I don't want to create necessarily like adversity, but I don't trust him, and that might be where you thought you seemed like you were getting, I don't know, like a pathway to my thoughts or through to me, whatever. Okay, so I'm not gonna necessarily like say that I think he's a propagandist. I don't trust him. And this is where you're wrong about people, or me specifically, just being coached. I don't have trouble admitting that for right now, when I hear people saying, well, when I hear specifically Tony Ortega saying stuff that points to him getting information from other people, yeah, that makes me very mistrustful. And I don't have a problem admitting that. However, some of the stuff about me being an Osabot, and then you straight up say that you don't know, you think that I was being coached, and along with very slanderous, it's all slanderous. He says stuff like I said blah, and very much a logical fallacy, positive slant towards Tony Ortega, and of course just many ad hominems towards me, Gemma and John. You're saying that it's disgusting what they're doing, but you didn't even know they're doing it. You know that you couldn't know that they're doing that, and I'm telling you right now, it's false. But these ideas are really all over the place, and he couldn't come up with a real argument with me. He pretty much wanted me to believe what he said or plant seeds of doubt, or very, very bizarre, very cult-like, in my opinion. I don't know why he considers himself this real critical thinker that's not generally as controlling as he makes other people sound, but he really is. And I'm not being coached. My opinions are my own. A valid argument, apparently, from an individual who is part of the anti-Scientology cult. That's a label, also. Yeah, but I'm not being coached. I already don't generally trust people at all, especially people who are being very confrontational. I I mean, I won't necessarily, I'll try to be honest, but I will definitely would rather be non-confrontational than confrontational, I guess, if given the choice. I mean, I don't want to be in a place where I don't express things that I think are wrong, but I mean, it depends. Sometimes you have two options to go with. One option could be either, hey, maybe you can help someone out, or you can give them like a version that's less harmful. Like if I'm talking to someone about psychiatry and they are for it, they say it's helping them, then I say, okay, then maybe you should look at some consumer movements, if you ever get into a place where it's not optional, or you do want to wean off the drugs in the safest way possible, this could really help you out. And I don't think Chris grants me that same respect, to say the least. I, however, do also acknowledge stuff about psychiatry that I have for years and years. And John and Gemma, they didn't tell me any of this. CCHR, I mean, yeah, I've known about CCHR for quite some time, and I avoided it just because of the stigma of Scientology, but I also looked other places, including psychiatry itself. Like, I've really researched this, like, through and through. So I think that's it for now. I'll be maybe making another video. I'll see what happens.